Hi, glad to see you back. In this session, we are going to know about modal auxiliaries. What are actually auxiliaries? Auxiliaries are kind of helping verbs. There are two types of auxiliaries mainly, primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries are 11, modal auxiliaries are 13. In these 13 modal auxiliaries, 4 of them are considered as semi-modal auxiliaries. Let us know more about them, what actually they are, what do they function, and some of the example of each modal auxiliary. Modal auxiliaries are actually used to indicate mode of speaker, attitude of a speaker. We use them to express these two expressions mainly. They do not have any particular meaning. And when you look at the modal auxiliaries, can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, ought to, used to, need, dare. Actually, these are widely we use as modal auxiliaries in different expressions. If you look at them each in detail, when you look at the can, could is a past form of can. We use can or could to express ability of permission, request, order. If you look at some of the examples which are expressing, she can write well, he could play cards, could you please do it, you can go now. In these sentences, some of the sentences they were expressing ability, whereas some of them permission and request. Could is one of the word we use to make it requests. Actually it is informal. Whenever we use the could, it is informal request. And could you please do it, you can go now. And when you move to the next, will, would is a past form of will. These two are used to express futurity, certainty, offer, willingness. If you look at some of the examples here, I will attend the session, I will do it, would you please help him, we will play. In this, some of the sentences they are expressing futurity. I will attend the session in the sense tells about future that is going to happen. I will do it. Whenever we say that we are going to do it at any cost, certainly, that is certainty, I will do it. Would you please help him? When you offer, when you request, we will play. Will also used to show the willingness of a person. When we are interested to do the task, we use the word will to express our attitude there. When you move to the shall, should is a past form of the shall. They are used to express obligation, command, suggestion, purpose. Obligation in the sense duty, you can understand it is. I should go there now, you shall give him, he should be present here, I shall make it. Whenever we have to express any mode that we have to do it, it's our duty, it's our responsibility, you can use the word should. I should go there now, I should do the task. And you shall give him. Whenever we use the some commands to tell someone, we use the word shall, and he should be present here. Whenever we just use any what it is, kind of a purpose, we can use the should here. When we suggest to someone, also we use the word of should, like you should go for your studies and you should sit silently. This is in the case we use that. And when you go to the may, might is a past form of may. You can see that it expresses possibility, wish, permission. It may rain. When you look at the sky, if it is covered completely with the black clouds, we can say it may rain. It's one kind of possibility. It may not, but we expect. May you live long. When you bless someone, when you wish, we can use the word may. And when you give the permission, mostly when you enter the class, may I come in, may I go out, may I take it. To take permission also we use may. And the next word is must. Must is one of the word, a modal auxiliary which has no past form of it, only one word. That is, it used to express necessity or completion. Whenever we have to do one task compulsory without fail, we use the word of must here. See that you must follow this, you must not play here. Whenever we instruct someone that follow this instruction, you must follow this, there you have to follow at any cost. In the sense, we have to use the word must, and you must not play here. When we instruct someone very strictly, also we can use must here. And when you move to the semi-modal auxiliaries, as I said earlier, ought to, used to, need, dare, for are the considered as semi-modal auxiliaries. Not all the sources agree on the complete list of semi-modal auxiliaries, but there are 4 widely considered. These 4: ought to, used to, need, dare. These are also called as marginal verbs. The reason is that these 4 of them sometimes they used as main verbs. Particularly need, dare. These 2, need, dare, they used as auxiliary verbs as well as main verbs. When you look at the ought to, used to, these 2 mainly, the reason we call them as semi-modal auxiliary is that when you look at these 9, can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, these modal auxiliaries, they would not allow to after them. Can after to, like they would not allow to after the modal auxiliaries. These 2, they have to after them. It is one of the reason we will consider that these 2 are semi-modal auxiliaries. And when you look at the semi-modal auxiliaries functions, what do they function, what do they express? Ought to is expressed to express the moral obligation. Example, you ought to serve your motherland. Whenever a person is not fulfilled his moral responsibilities, moral duties, we can use the word of ought to, like you ought to serve your motherland. And used to, mainly used to is used to express the past habits of a person. Whenever a person continued with an habit in the past but now not continuing now, in this case we use the word of used to. See that he used to smoke, I used to sleep in class. Used to smoke in the sense it was continued in the past, he is not smoking anymore now. And I used to sleep in the class, he has a habit of sleeping in the class but not now. And need, dare, they are used also auxiliary verbs and ordinary verbs. Rohit need not phone her now, he dare not to go outside now. Need, dare here considered as auxiliary verbs. Well, here we have some of the rules that to be followed when we were using modal auxiliaries. If you look at them, modals take any subject after them, no subject verb agreement. Particularly when we were using primary auxiliaries in formation of sentences, we have to follow subject and verb agreement. In the sense, particular helping verb is followed with the particular subject. But in modal auxiliaries, we do not have subject verb agreement. That's the reason after any subject, any modal auxiliary is allowed. I after will, I after shall, I after can, I after may, like all of them are allowed. But in primary auxiliaries, I after am is allowed, I after was is allowed, not allowed like are or some other words. And second one, modals take only V1 base form after them. Some of the people, they commit mistakes at here. When they take past form of the modal auxiliary, they also use second form of the verb form. Remember, whenever we are using modal auxiliaries, either present form or past form of modal auxiliary, can it may be or could it may be. After the can, after the could, if you take the verb form, that should be only V1. If you look at the example, he could transmit the voice, we will do it. Could is a past form of the modal auxiliary, I used V1 here. Will is a present form of modal auxiliary, though I used here V1. So after can, after could, shall, should, may, might, use only V1. In case after the modal auxiliary be is added, have is added, there is a chance the verb form changes. Or only modal auxiliary given, we have to use only V1 base form of the verb, either the modal auxiliary in present or in the past. The third, no two modals co-occur in a sentence. Generally, only one modal auxiliary we have to use in one sentence. Sometimes we can say that will, can, he will do it, he can do it. Will or can, only one you have to use. Do not use two modal auxiliaries in one sentence. So this is wrong. We should not use two modals in one sentence. Like you can say they may come, they will come, but they may will come, it's wrong. When you look at the next one, modal also called as defective verbs. Modal auxiliaries, they were also called as defective verbs. The reason is that we do not add any s or es or ing forms to the modal auxiliaries. That is, she can swim, correct, she cans, s is added, so we do not add s here. Actually they canning, can is a modal auxiliary, we should not use ing form to it. And we do not find like shelling, like es form or s form, ing form, that is not added to the modal auxiliaries. That's why we call them as defective verbs. The next, modals won't allow to after them. As per our rule, we know that modal auxiliaries, we have will, shall, can, could, may, might, all of this. We do not use to after the modal auxiliaries. We will never say that Ramesh will join, correct, Ramesh will to join, it's wrong. Karthik can to do it, to, it's wrong. Remember, we do not use any two forms after the modal auxiliaries. Will to, can to, shall to, it's wrong. But only for the two modal auxiliaries, that is ought to, used to, these two only they take to after them. No other modal auxiliary will allow to after them. The next, modals can't stand alone, they give more meaning to a sentence. Modal auxiliaries are actually helping verbs. They could not stand of their own. They always support to the main verb. Like we will, after will there is certainly one of the main verb, and they should, like you can take any modal auxiliary, but compulsory after them there will be one of the main verb. They could not stand of their alone. If you make only modal auxiliary, the sentence become incomplete expression. The next is past form of the modal auxiliaries. They would stand for the politeness. Mostly whenever we suggest, whenever we offer, whenever we request, we use past form of the modal auxiliaries. That is, could you please help for him, would you please do that? Like it is somewhat of more politeness. To make the sentence more impressive, we use the past form of the modal auxiliaries. Well, this is the topic of modal auxiliaries. If auxiliaries are totally 13, 4 of them are considered as semi-modal auxiliaries, and these 4, they were also called as marginal verb forms. The reason is that they act sometimes as main verbs. That's why we can consider them as semi-modal auxiliaries. So this is the topic about modals, their functions, and what to be followed when we were using the modal auxiliaries. Hope you understand. Thank you for watching.